Do you feel it's made the biggest jump from maybe the end of last season until through the off season until today, and that group of young linemen?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like Kona's my guy. He definitely, I see like a lot of potential in him, and I think he's definitely gonna do great things this season. Riley Van Pop, just stepping up into a more leadership role. Elijah Judy. We got a lot of guys deep. Dylan Parrott, coming over from the old line. We just got a lot of guys. We're just pretty young, but I got a lot of faith in them.
Can you go into that dynamic between you and Kona and maybe what you've seen from him since the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got bigger and stronger. Like he's a big dude. So going out there, like when I'm next to him, I look at him and I'm like, all right, like, he got some size and he's a baller. He makes plays and stuff like that. So I think he's believing in himself and he's gaining more confidence definitely going into the season.
What do you like about Coach Braden's coaching style?
Yeah, he got a lot of energy and like he's like an old school coach. He got a little old soul in him, and he just brings a lot of juice to practice and the meetings and stuff like that. He's a great guy. Like, he wants to get to know you on a personal level. He's just also bringing a lot of experience from Kansas City, so it's always great. He's teaching what he taught like Chris Jones, and he's bringing it to us. So,
how different does a year 3 feel with Matt Rule now? Just the familiarity with what you're doing and just how he operates a fall camp.
Yeah, I mean, this like a big thing going into this fall camp is more player led. So a lot of it is falling back on the guys and how we're going to uphold the standards.
In terms of the pass rush, how much have you guys talked about generating pressure just with that base 4-man rush, and where do you feel you're at with that?
Yeah, I mean, like this spring, like, that's one thing we worked on a lot was pass rushing and, certain packages out there to help us get to the quarterback. So I think, Coach Butler and Coach Braden, they're putting together a great plan to go into this season. And, we got some guys out there.
What were some of your points of emphasis in this offseason, and how do you maybe work to hold up and have a bigger load physically for this fall?
Yeah, I mean, it's just big thing, Coach Braden has been working with me is like finding a pass rush move that I could perfect. So now when I go out there, like I know my move and I want to work on it. So that's one thing we've been working on a lot is just specifying a certain pass rush move that I want to work on this season.
What have you just enjoyed about learning John Butler's defense, and personally, how's it favoring you?
Yeah, I mean, like I like my role in it. I like how it's not really the biggest change from, the previous staff, and that's one thing that I like. Is so it's like, we're kind of just building off of last year a bit.
We've heard a lot about Williams Winery too since he came in last winter. What are your observations, with him and his potential?
Yeah, no, Will's a freak. Like he runs crazy fast, jumps high. Like, he's pretty young, but he's definitely gonna like somebody we got to rely on. As a D line. So I think, but as a person, like I think he's a good guy, good fit for the room. Just a good guy, good fit for the room.
Cam, when you talk about this program now being player-led, last year obviously you were the final recipient of one of the black shirts. How have you tried to take that and grow from it and embrace your role and how it fits into this player-led team?
Yeah, I just being able to be more of a voice to the guys. Like if we look at it, like you'd be like, all right, like so many people from a class, like like I'm going on my junior year, and then you always look at it and it's like, dang, like there's not many of us left in this class. So just being able to just be that voice for the guys, being able to step up, take charge, that's something I took pride in this offseason.
Beyond just the D-line room, just what was the energy out there for day one, and was it great to see a bunch of guys all back together?
Yeah, no, we were definitely flying around, fresh legs. Coach Braden brought the juice to practice. And it's always a great feeling to be out there first day. We anticipated this all summer, like, dang, I can't wait to get to camp, can't wait to put the pads on and stuff like that. So just had a lot of fun today.
Anything else for camp? Okay.
Thank you.